few moments. If you have a block, please have it nearby. So good morning everyone. We're starting in just a minute. So if you, what we will need for today's class is a block. If you have anything like this, or maybe like, a bigger book that could be working, or anything that you have like a box could be helpful, but you can also do it without, so don't worry. And just you and your mat, find a comfortable position. I just want to check one thing with you guys. If I close the window, if I were to play some music, would you hear it well? Yeah, so let me just check that one, because we never did that here. So let me just check that. Yeah, so let's say I'm playing this. Do you guys hear this well? Maybe I'm putting another music, so you hear it better.
Yeah, they hear it.
Yes? Is it good? Is it disturbing? Do you hear this? Can you hear it clearly, and also me clearly if I add this music? Please write us. Erno is checking your answers, so. Yes? Is it good or without music? You choose.
It's good with both. It's good,
Good with both?
It's good both. So the voice and the music is good.
Okay. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. I don't see your answers because I'm in front of the camera, but I hope everyone is doing well. Everyone is doing all right and good, in this setting, through these circumstances. I've been outside walking with the dog. Maybe some of you saw me through Instagram Live. I just said like, when I'm back with the dog, we start. So it's a busy Sunday morning. But yesterday what started to happen to us really like spontaneously, I would say that obviously part of it is that we had a little light at the end of a tunnel, meaning that we probably can get to good agreement with the owners of the villa that we rent for the retreats and trainings, and that's kind of lightening up the heart. But we both felt with Erno, and interesting, my teacher Shiva, she also posted something about this, that it's important that after all this fear and grief and sadness and the difficulties that we all feel, that we reconnect back to our joy. Yeah, to try to focus on your joy and try to, spring is here. Joy is as much a necessity for us to live than food that we eat. And that's super important to realize, that we need to take care of our own joy even when circumstances are not good. And of course we can list so many millions of people on the planet who have nothing, yet they are able to find their joy. So this class today will be a little bit about this, that we are able to find our joy and flow with our joy regardless of what's going on, and hoping that our joy can create waves of joy and solutions and blessings for us and for everyone around. So I know for Raja, his joy is to meet other dogs. So this morning we did meet dogs and he's been playing with them, which of course he's also missing. So it was just a nice little wink that, you know, let's go for our joy, even in these limited situations. A little bit of play with another dog and then back here. All right? So I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna put on some music and hopefully you're gonna hear it all good. Yeah, just a tiny bit of this. I don't think I will use a louder speaker, but just this.
It was good, Kata. Music was good.
And so we can get into a nice, comfortable sitting position. And whatever that means for you. So maybe some of you feel comfortable like that, right? So just be creative and really accommodate your needs. Erno is once in a while checking on the screen. So if you guys have anything not okay, sound or whatsoever, just let us know and then you can just adapt. This is our first real, you know, over the phone, over the iPhone, the first live Ibiza Facebook page live event, so we're a bit like first timers. Alright, so find your comfortable sitting position and have this moment where you take your first conscious deep breath for you, where with everything, all your senses, everything that you are, you're receiving this breath. And maybe that's the first conscious breath of your day. And through receiving our breath consciously, we can connect to our own conscious presence. Getting out of the mind, of the thinking, of the planning. And just landing into this now moment. Being in this now moment. Enjoying our breath, that we can take that breath of fresh air and enjoying also that we can release that breath. How beautiful that we can receive, we can take in, we can create space. With engagement we can be present. But then also we're able to let go, to drop. And to create space for stillness and to create space for the next inhale. And oftentimes in traditional pranayama breathing practices, there is a lot of emphasis on the space between the inhale and the exhale, and the space between the exhale and the inhale, because that's what escapes to the mind, right? The mind loves to say things like, oh, the inhale is important, the exhale is important, and in between we can just, you know, switch off. It's like the poses in a practice, right? The poses, oh, Trikonasana important, plank important, the transition between the two, it just happens. Then I can check out and think about something else. Super interesting to work with awareness, to be fully present, even in those spaces where seemingly nothing is happening, and even in the transitions, which might look like secondary in a practice, but they are not. They are super, super important. Right? Can you maintain your awareness all the way through and explore the spaces that are maybe hidden to you normally? Yeah, so let's just play a little bit with this. Receiving your inhale, feeling how it fills you up and it has its peak, right? When you are full with the breath. And then notice how there can be a little moment of just enjoying this fullness. And then slowly starting with the exhalation. And really, if you would have a camera, monitor till the end the exhale and sense and feel how maybe the physical exhalation seems to be finished, but yet there is this energetical exhale that keeps on going. And at some moment, just like the waves, you know, there is a big wave coming, goes to the shore, and it comes into this kind of stillness before the gravity of the big mass of water pulls it back. Yeah, so observe the stillness, and then how naturally the exhalation unfolds from there, or the next inhale unfolds from there. Yeah, so let's just have a few moments to observe our breath with all the transitions, just fully. And this leads us to open our senses to the energetics of the breath, right? To feel that maybe the physical breath is finished, yet there is still an energetical flow that comes and goes beyond. And always very important when you work with the breath, don't tense up on it, so don't get your shoulders up. Don't feel that you're suffocating it. If it creates tension, you need to loosen it. It just needs to be very, very gentle. And then slowly from here, take your attention onto the sitting bones. Feel your roots. Feel the pelvis, feel the openness in the hips. And that you have, you know, a wide space to root yourself down between the two hips, the perineum really grounding, connecting to Mother Earth. Really sensing and feeling our physical body and the earth underneath it. And then slowly let's just have our hands coming in front of the heart and sense and feel how you can lengthen the spine. You can draw your shoulder blades towards each other and have a little opening in the heart, in the chest. And have a few breaths into your heart. And imagine that is the sweetest breath that you can take in to nourish your heart, to soften your heart, and to kind of playfully invite this innate joy in your heart. The joy. Yeah, some people work with the inner child. You know, you can say this is our true nature, the joy of being here. The sparkle of being alive. And so slowly from here we're going to start to open our hands. Have a little heart opening kriya here, just very gentle, simple, nothing forceful. So imagine as you open your hands on an inhale, just you invite the heart to also open tiny bit more. It doesn't need to go super wide if it feels forceful. Yeah, only if it feels natural. So stay with what feels natural. Maybe you are here first, and then on the exhalation, just gently get your hands back and you can put the palms on top of each other. And this is a moment when we come back to ourselves, when we kind of recoil in our inner space. Very important that we are able to be with ourselves also when we know we need that. And then on the next inhale, just slowly open for exchange with the world around us, for communion, for connection. And then with the exhalation again, you can gently close it back. Turning back to ourselves, taking good care of ourselves. And then next inhale, open, and maybe there is a little progression that you start to open wider. Maybe you can feel the energies in your hands, that it's indeed, the hands are a reflection of your heart space, or extension of your heart space. And then exhale slowly back. And then let's do one more. Inhale. Encouraging with love our heart to open and to connect throughout space and time, also with everyone in this practice today from all around the world. And then slowly back. Now we're going to add the sound, primordial sound, the which is like a cosmic yes, yes to life, yes to you, to your spirit. Yeah, so taking a deep breath this time, here with the closed hands, and then on the exhalation we're going to chant Om and open our heart with that. Yeah, so take a deep breath here, nourishing the heart. And then slowly take the hands back. Then inhale into your precious heart, really just for you, a sweet breath. And then so a last one, sweet breath into the heart. And then slowly take the hands in front of the heart with palms facing up. I love to have this Hasta Mudra position because it represents that we are open for the exchange with the world. We're open to receive, but we are also open to share, to offer what we have inside of ourselves. So important that we are always connected. Such an illusion when we think that, oh, I'm just on my own, I can do everything on my own. It doesn't exist, right? Earth is nourishing you. You get fruits of the earth. People around you, with their presence, they nourish you. People who think of you, they nourish you. People who believe in you, they nourish you. Alright, so let's just have our hands here in front of our heart. And I would first invite you to sense and feel what is it that you would love to receive through this practice today for you. And then what is it that you would love to share through this practice? What is it that you want to radiate through this practice into the world? Offering our practice to something higher, bigger. Dedicating our practice to the world or to any specific theme that kind of moves your heart a lot. Right? Contributing to the big harmony and the benefits of all. And then slowly from here we can just have our hands coming together in front of our heart. And you can tilt a little bit your chin towards your heart, really gazing at the heart and giving permission to our heart to lead this practice over the mind. Allowing yourself to feel it rather to think too much about it. And then slowly on your next inhale, taking both arms up. And breathing through the fingertips all the way up, and then exhale, slowly take your hands down. And when the hands are coming lower, then you can turn them towards the ground. Really grounding, we can even touch the earth with love. And then 2 more times, inhale, open. And then exhale, slowly descend, ground, center, and touch the earth and bow to the earth. And then 1 more time, inhale. And then slowly taking it down. Touch the earth again. And then from here, slowly taking both arms up 1 more time. And from here, we're going to take, for you, I don't know if you see me reverse or not, I'm taking my right hand down, but feel free to do the opposite if you are seeing me in a mirror. So just a little side bend. And then slowly back to the center, opening our side waist. Inhale, lengthen and stretch. And then exhale, slowly back. Again, try to really feel the movement, moving with love through space. And then 1 more time, inhale. And then slowly back. And then from here, you can also just roll the shoulders a few times. You can roll your chin, your neck. And then slowly from here, coming into all fours, onto your hands and knees. And just exploring what your body wants to do this morning. Right, maybe a little sway from side to side, going back towards our heels. Try to release your head. Notice if your head is maybe just always a little bit active, like, oh, I'm controlling this. Right, so dropping the mind, dropping the head. The neck is super connected to your mind, so if your mind always wants to control everything, maybe you want to be more aware of really releasing your head. Sending the message that this is not a moment of thinking and planning, but just letting go, receiving this practice for you. And then slowly from here we can come back to the center and have this little cat-cow. You can tuck your toes under. On an inhale, just lift the heart, the chest. And on the exhalation, slowly round. Awakening our body, our spine. Giving a little massage to our heart, lift the front side, and then exhale, round your back. Inhale, lift the front, and then exhale, gently. And tuck your toes under, slowly coming up into downward dog. And then walking it out, celebrating this downward dog. I remember one of my first yoga teacher, isn't it funny how a sentence can stay with you for 15 years? But she said, when you first get into the first downward dog in your practice, on that day, and you don't feel like, yeah, oh, the dog is here, then yoga is not for you. That's what she said. And I have to say, like, yeah, I love downward dog, right? When we first get into it, it feels so good. And if it doesn't feel so good, then maybe widen your hands so your shoulders can get a little relief. And then from here, slowly start to walk forwards to the top of your mat. Let's have a little moment in Uttanasana. Let yourself hang here. If you need to, you can bend your knees. And you can just sway a little bit from side to side. Letting your upper body hang, move. Calmly breathing through the nose. And the very last one, a long inhale. And then have a full exhale throughout your mouth. And then from here, bend your knees and very slowly, some of you maybe didn't eat yet anything, so be careful with your low blood pressure. Very gently coming up, slowly. You can take the arms to the side and come all the way up to standing. Reach up to the sky, and then on the exhale, hands coming down to the heart. And then let's do the two more times. So slowly come back down. You can release your upper body, be a little bit fluid. Bend your knees on an inhale, big circle. Draw a huge circle around you, fingertips alive, and then exhale, hands to the heart. And then slowly again, just release your arms, slowly come down, release your head, your neck. And inhale, rise up from your roots, building up this beautiful standing posture. Reach up to the sky, and then exhale, hands to the heart. Have a moment here, welcome yourself, standing proud on your mat. Welcome the spirit in you that wanted to connect today, that is ready to rise above whatever is happening, because that's what we're doing, right? Stepping on our mat means that we want to use our tools. We are not collapsing into any situation. We're ready to take on the challenge and to rise and to be open to the journey that is given to us. Slowly have your hands coming at the sacrum. And then on your next inhale, lift the heart, lift the chest. Gently push your hips forward, gaze up. And then slowly coming down with a nice long spine led by the heart. Hands sliding down along the back of the legs. And then again, bend your knees, big circle. Rise to standing. Exhale slowly, hands coming down to the sacrum again. Opening the front side of the body. Lift the heart, the chest first, and then push the hips forward. And then exhale, slowly come down, hands sliding down. And then one more time, bend your knees, getting into the flow. Inhale, rise. Hands coming down. Inhale, lift the heart, the chest. And then on the exhale, slowly come down. This time, hands to the earth, come up halfway. Exhale, step back into a plank. And from plank, your choice. Maybe you place your knees down first, coming down in a diagonal. Maybe you hover all the way down, bend the elbows, keep them in. Inhale, rise for cobra. Press your feet down, lift the heart. Exhale, slowly come down. And gently back into downward dog. Have a breath in your downward dog as we flow through these sun salutations. One more breath. Bend your knees, gaze forward, prepare to step or hop forward. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale, slowly flow down. Bend your knees and big circle all the way up. Slowly, hands coming down to the heart. And let's do one more round of these. Hands at the sacrum. Inhale, lift your heart, your chest. Open. Exhale, flow down. Hands sliding down. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, step back into plank. And from plank, slowly lower yourself down. Either knees down first, lower down. Rise for cobra. It could be higher cobra if your spine starts to open, or low cobra. Exhale, flowing down. Maintaining the fluidity, and then back into downward dog. Having 3 breaths here. Right in downward dog, so important that you're not hanging in the shoulders, but you create a nice long spine, not a back bend. And try to roll your upper arms in to support your shoulders. Release your head, your neck. One more breath here, long inhale. And then all the air out through your mouth. From here, slowly Step or hop forward, coming up halfway, and then exhale slowly, let go, Uttanasana, and bend your knees, big circle all the way up, and then exhale slowly, hands to the heart, and then take the hands at the sacrum, inhale, lift your heart to your chest again, on the exhale, flowing down, inhale, come up halfway, exhale, step or hop back, slowly lower down, again knees can be down on the floor if you need that, and rise, lift the heart, lift the chest, elbows are always bent in cobra, right, and slowly coming down, and back into downward dog, great, have a breath here, and this time just take your feet closer towards each other, and on your next inhale take your right leg all the way up to the sky, opening the hamstrings, opening our hips a little bit, and slowly step forward, take your right foot forward, place your left knee down, great, now come up into this low lunge, take your right foot a little closer to you, and then you can either have both hands on the sacrum or on the waist area, or later on, maybe if that's okay for your body, you can lean a little bit more down. We're gonna draw really nice circles from here, right? So the right arm is coming all the way up and it comes in front of us. Yeah, you can first just stay up, right hand coming back to the right hip, and then we go to the other side. Inhale the left arm. Coming all the way across and back. And let's do it one more time. Inhale the right arm going out in big circle. And then the left arm. Inhale. And for the last round, we can just try it, you know, placing your left hand down to the floor, right arm up and over. And then to the other side. Inhale, left arm up and over. And then those hands at the sacrum, and then inhale, lift your heart to your chest. And then exhale slowly back into a downward dog. You can sway a little with the hips here from side to side, and then slowly take your knees down. And coming to Anahata, heart opener, heart melter asana. So chest is melting down, maybe your forehead is on the floor, maybe your chin. And hips are above your knees. You can bend always the elbows if it's too tough on the shoulder. Just have a few breaths here. Breathing into the heart. And exhale from the heart. The breath is magic. Give it everything that you wish to release right now. Give it to the earth. Give it to the breath. Let your heart melt. And from here, slowly we flow through. Roll over the toes, coming into a low plank. You can just gather the elbows slightly in. And just a little bit of movement here over the toes. Awakening our core, but finding softness at the same time. Moving in a very gentle way, without effort, or seemingly without effort. And then slowly come down. Hands underneath your forehead. Just land into a full prostration. And this is the deepest bow. When you allow your hips to melt, your chest to melt, your heart to melt, your forehead to melt. You're not controlling anything. You give yourself to the earth, to this present moment as it is right now. Last full breath here, long inhale. And really let your whole body melt into the earth with your exhale. And then slowly, hands underneath the shoulders. Gently rise for cobra, either low, right, with the palms down, or on the fingertips coming higher. But still the elbows bent, so it's not this, right? Notice, so there is a flexibility, the heart lifts. Yes, and then exhale slowly down. And back into downward dog. Calmly breathing through your nose. Receiving the breath. Notice how the poses are there to help us to connect to ourselves. But they are not the main thing in a practice. The main thing is you and your breath, the connection to yourself. Feet coming together, inhale, your left leg rises, spread your toes. And then slowly from here bend your knee, take the foot forward, training your hands, taking the right knee down. And then we can just slowly come up here, right? Take the left foot a little closer. And then the same thing here, right? So maybe the right hand can already come down to the floor. Maybe you keep the right hand first on the sacrum, and then inhale, start to open the left arm to the side, draw that circle. And the hand is coming back in front of the heart. Left hand can land on the waist or on the floor. And inhale, the right arm opens. And then going to the other side, right hand on the floor or on the waist, left arm coming across. And one more. So it's a Hridaya Namaskar. Hridaya means heart. Heart chakra Namaskar from Shiva. Ray hands at your sacrum. On an inhale, lifting the heart, the chest. And then this time, slowly step forward. Let your head go. And feel the lightness in your upper body, inviting this quality of air, of freedom. And on your next inhale, just with a big circle, again, maybe bend your knees, rise all the way up to standing. Moving through the air with lightness, hands to the heart. Have a breath here. You can open your fingers into lotus mudra, right? Mudra of beauty, of sublime, of perfection, of receptivity. Just connecting to our precious heart, to our own beauty, to our radiance, and to this beautiful life that flows through us. Breathing that into your heart, the magic, the light. And we're going to do one more round, so slowly taking again the hands at your sacrum. And on an inhale, lift the heart, the chest. Notice how maybe the sensations in the chest, your perception of your chest is lighter. On the exhale, slowly start to come down, led by the heart. Stroke the back of the legs. On an inhale, come up halfway. And then stepping back into downward dog this time. Yes, and from downward dog, coming down onto our knees. And from our knees down into Anahata. Just 2 breaths here, breathing into the heart. And then exhale from the heart. And maybe you have this little wave, like with the inhale, you let your chest, your spine rise a tiny bit. And then with the exhale, you melt even more. Let's do it one more time. Inhale. And then all the air out. And then from here, slide through. Come and land onto the lower arms. Tuck your toes under, get your elbows in. And try to really float back and forth over the toes in a light way. Not feeling the heaviness of the earth, but feeling the lightness of your breath. And then slowly come down. Hands in prayer underneath your forehead or in front of you. And if you feel there is maybe some tension in your hips, in your legs. Then you can just sway a little with the hips and really let it all melt away. Every exhale is your biggest friend right now, to just let go. And then preparing yourself to rise, hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, rise either to high or low cobra. Try to move with grace, with lightness, and then on the exhale, slowly coming down and back into downward dog. Have a full breath here, a long inhale, and then full exhale. Let your feet come closer. Inhale, lift your right leg high up. And then slowly take the foot forward between your hands. Place your left knee down. And then so either keeping the left hand on the floor or coming up, left hand on your waist. Inhale, right arm coming across and over. And then slowly back. Inhale, left arm. And one more on each side. Inhale, stroke the sky. And inhale the left one. And then slowly both hands at the sacrum. Inhale, lift the heart, the chest. And then nice long full exhale. Maybe you come up with the inhale and then exhale through the mouth. You go a little deeper. Opening up psoas, right? This magical muscle that connects lower body, upper body. And then both hands to the floor, come back into downward dog. Maybe a little sway in the hips. And then from here, knees down to the earth. And I think by now you know what's coming, anahata. Right, let your heart, your chest again touch the earth or melt towards it. And taking a deep breath here. And nice long full exhale. And then moving forward into our low plank. Get your elbows in so they are under the shoulders, and then find that lightness, roll over the toes. Engaging a little bit our core so we feel lifted. And from here, slowly come down, again onto the belly, into this full surrender, hands in prayer. Listen to the sound of your breath. Like it would be the most gentle caress on your heart, on your mind. Right? Sometimes it can be so soothing to just sit by the sea and feel those waves coming, how they wash away our worries, our thoughts, our inner turmoils. Let the breath do the same for you right now. And then slowly hands underneath the shoulders again, rise either high or low cobra. Lift the heart, rise through the heart. And then back into downward dog. From here, feet coming together, inhale, the left leg rises. Try to lift it in a way that is not mechanical, but you really feel the move. And then slowly bend your knee and take the foot forward between the hands. Knees coming down, maybe hands at your waist. Or you start again with the right hand down to the floor. Inhale, the left arm is coming up and over. And slowly either hand back to the waist and right arm is up and over, or maybe the hand is on the floor. Don't close your eyes because you might fall like I did. Inhale, left arm. And slowly, one more time, the right. Sense and feel the space around you. It's not just a fancy move, it's more opening and expansion. Coming higher up, maybe get the foot closer to you. Hands at the sacrum. Take a deep breath up here. And then on the exhale, maybe sink a little deeper. Exhale through your mouth, but keep lifting the heart. And from here, slowly both hands coming to the front. Step forward. Let your head go. Inhale, rise, bend your knees, big circle. All the way up. Feeling freedom to move, and then exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, big circle. Exhale, we're going to flow down. Either maybe hands in front of you in prayer or swan dives down. Come up halfway. Inhale, maybe hands over the shins. Exhale, step back into plank. Slowly lowering down. Maybe in one line, maybe knees down first. And rise. Lift your heart, your chest. We skip the upward dogs today to keep it lighter. So cobra is better, high or low. And then back into down dog. Feet coming together. Inhale, the right leg rises. Touching the sky, and then exhale the foot forward between the hands. Turn your back foot out. And we rise into this beautiful warrior one. Hello, good morning. Right, friendly bend. Knee over the ankle, both hips square to the front. Reaching up, finding the lightness also here. And from here, slowly taking the hands down to the heart and open into a warrior two. Right, both hips square to the side. Don't let your knee fall in. Keep it pointing towards your toes. And your back foot can turn a little bit out if you want. Yeah? And the gaze is forward. Have a little moment to lighten it up. On an inhale, rise a little. On the exhale, sink just a bit deeper. Feeling the grounding and the rising. One more time. Inhale. And then exhale. From here, straighten the front leg. Maybe you completely straighten it. Maybe this feels awkward on your knee. Then you can have a slight micro bend in your knee. And then we're going to go into Trikonasana. So maybe you need your block right now. Or maybe you can just go down and then we see the block later. Right, so on an inhale, lift, lengthen up already. Shoulders down. Straighten the front leg. And start to reach forward, forward, forward with your upper body, creating space in the waistline. And then your hand can come onto the shin. It can come onto your block. Outside of the foot. The back foot can turn in. A bit more. So it's not necessary to grab your toe here and hang down. Where we want to be is where the spine feels lifted and it's kind of horizontal. Yeah, so not rounded. You want to access a certain lightness. You need to engage the core muscles here, so you're not hanging on this thigh here, but a little bit away from it. Yeah, so maybe you're just up here and enjoying that you feel solid. And at the same time there is a lightness, opening the heart, the chest, radiating through the arms, through the legs, in all directions. Gazing up to your thumb if you can. Calmly breathing through the nose. And what is important that you don't hang on this hand that is anywhere, right? Try to not put weight on it, but use your core. And engage also your back leg. Great. From here, slowly your hand can come onto your waist. And then bend your front knee. And then if you have a block, you can travel with it, as we're going to go into Ardhra Chandrasana, half moon. Or you can also just hover. Yeah, maybe being on the fingertips. And extending the back leg backwards. The hips are open to the side. Keep lengthening the spine, radiating through the top of the head. And then also maybe you can radiate through the top arm. All the way up. Just having a breath here. Feeling again how our chest is open. And at the same time we can access a lightness and a solid feeling. Now both hands coming down to the earth. And step way, way back with your left foot. From here, take the knees down to the earth. Coming back into low lunge. And then on an inhale, slowly rise. Lift the heart, the chest. And then from here, slowly taking the arms behind. Hands to the sacrum. Deep breath here. Calmly breathing through your nose. One more time, long inhale. If the knee is sensitive, of course you can put the padding underneath your knee. And then pick up your back knee and just have a little breath here, lifting up. And if you can even reach with the arms all the way up and lift up higher. So going into a high lunge and a little back bend. And slowly both hands coming down to the floor. Stepping back into plank. Slowly lower down. Rise for cobra. High or low. Lift your heart, your chest. Exhale, slowly coming down. From here, back into downward dog. A deep breath here. Again, if anything is intense, give it to your breath. Exhaling the struggles, exhaling the intensity, exhaling the challenge of the mind. Breath is your friend to let go. Then feet coming together. Inhale the left, left. And slowly step forward. Turn your back foot out. First, if you remember, we came up into warrior one. Keep your knee already bent here, the hips low, and on an inhale, rise with your core. Both hips square to the front. Finding lightness. And then from here, slowly both hands coming down to the heart, open to warrior two. Right, maybe sink a little deeper into the hips, towards the ground. But don't collapse with your back leg. Keep pressing down the outer side of your back foot. Front knee stays bent. And then again finding the lightness, the lifting power. And then the exhale, the grounding. One more time. Inhale, a little lightness. And then exhale, ground. From here, maybe you gather your feet a little closer. As we're going to first strengthen the front leg. Maintain the arms in one line. Inhale, lengthen up, and then exhale, slowly start to reach forward. And then all the way down for Trikonasana, while the other arm can just reach up. Turning your chest to the right, hips go square to the right. Finding that lightness again. The core is active to lift you away from the front thigh, raising up if it's possible. And from here, slowly take that right hand down onto your right hip, gaze down to your left foot. And then maybe your hand is coming onto the floor. And then from here, just slide forward. So that you can get into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Right leg radiant backwards. Left hand on the floor, or maybe having on your shear or on a block. Yeah? Again, try to lift the heart, the chest, nothing is collapsing, and then maybe radiant, the arm up to the sky. From here, slowly both hands down to the floor, step way back with your right foot. The knee is coming down. And then from here, coming up first into this low lunge. You can have both hands coming at the sacrum, opening the front side again. Lift the heart, lift the chest. And if you can tuck your back toes under and come up with your back knee. Yeah, so coming into this high lunge, keep lifting the heart, the chest. Keep engaging the back leg, push your back heel backwards. And then even lifting both arms up. And try to go up and back. And then slowly both hands coming down. And step back into plank. Slowly lower down. Bend the elbows. And inhale, rise for cobra. Low or high. And then exhale, slowly flow down. And give yourself a little break here. Hands in prayer, sway from side to side. And again, just deep breath that comes in to nourish you, and exhale, just let go. listening deep within. What is arising? What sensations from your body are arising? What emotions might arise? And just let the sacred breath wash them away. And then from here, slowly hands coming underneath the shoulders. On an inhale, rise either high or low cobra. Lift the heart. And then exhale, slowly coming down. And this time, press yourself back into a child's pose, opening the knees wide. Coming to land onto our hips. Hips to the heels, and then you can have the hands in prayer, either again in front of you or above the head. And this time just really breathe some nourishing breaths to your back, to the lower back, middle back, upper back. And then from here, slowly rounding yourself up. Pulling the hands back with a rounded spine, and then on an inhale, you can take the knees back closer. Slowly opening the arms. Reach up and then exhale, hands back to the heart. Open to everything that is here for you to receive, but also to give, to share. And then one more time, inhale. And from here, slowly coming up onto your knees, hands placed at the sacrum. Giving yourself a little movement here. Hands can be upwards or downwards on the sacrum. And just draw your attention onto the heart center. And just step into the quality that is there right now. So what is it that we carry in our heart if we dig a little deeper? And so as we're going to go into camel, half camel or full camel, you can give permission to that essence, to that quality that is in your heart to really spread, to fill you up, and then also to radiate outwards into the world. So taking a deep breath here, lifting the heart, the chest. Be mindful of your neck, maybe give support with one hand under your head. If your neck is sensitive, then you could just go into half camel. Still make that nice arch. Or going into half camel here, drop your head or keep the chin in. The idea is to lift the heart to create like an even back bend, not collapsing at the lower back. And then maybe you're able to go down to the heels. You can also tuck the toes in, make it higher. And then either dropping the head or maybe just keeping the chin in. Now you can maintain your focus, your inner gaze on the heart. And those little breaths that we can take here, we can just take them into the heart. And then slowly from here, have your hands coming on the sacrum. And gently, very carefully come out of the pose just the way you went in. So your head is coming up at last. And once you land, you can have a little waving spine. So lifting the heart, the chest, arching the back, and then rounding the back. Release your head. slowly from here coming forward, again maintain the openness of the knees, so wider than your hips, both hands underneath the shoulders. On an inhale, take your left arm all the way up, and then on the exhale, circle it down. Inhale again, take it all the way up, and then circle it down, and then one more time, take it all the way up, circle it back and down, and then go under. Yes, leaning on that left shoulder. If you can take the right arm behind you, or you place your right hand in front of your face to create a little leverage. And just breathe all the way down into this twist. Giving a nice massage to our spine, to all the back bends that we did. And slowly with your next inhale, pull that arm out, reach up one more time to the sky, and then exhale, take your left hand back down. On an inhale, take your right arm up, then circle back, and then take it up one more time, all the way up, and circle back, opening the shoulder, and then one more time, inhale, open up, circle back, and then take that arm underneath. Lean on your face and your head. Be mindful of your neck. And then if you can take your left arm and rub it around your back. Hold onto your right hip or inner thigh. And you can gaze up or gaze to the side, whatever works for your neck. Leaning on that right shoulder. Last breath here. And slowly taking the hand down in front of you again. Slide out with your right arm. Reach all the way up to the sky. And then exhale slowly, hands down in front of you. From here you can cross your feet and just come onto your back. Yeah, so landing on your bum and then come onto your back. Have a little sway from side to side, moving a little bit. Massage your back. And you can give yourself a sweet, sweet, sweet hug that you really mean. Like a really gentle, loving hug, loving embrace here for yourself. And then placing our feet all the way down to the floor. And find a nice neutral position for your back. So your feet in front of your hips, in front of the sitting bones. Relax your shoulders, relax your arms. And you can have one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart, just for a moment really let go of your back. Noticing the sensations in your back. Noticing the sensations in the front. The back of the body is always responsible for our ability to lift ourselves up. Right? So it's the support, the inner support. So try to really release your back body into the earth, to drop all your effort of all the time pulling yourself back up against gravity or against life, right? Life's heaviness and stuff like that. Really release your shoulders. Shoulder blades, space between the shoulder blades, the trapezius area towards the neck, scapula, and the clavicles, right? And the front side of the body, right? This whole area here has a quality to protect us. Is the openness or the protection? When we contract, this front side contracts to protect us. So this is kind of this inner warrior, while the other one is the stability. So now just bring your attention also onto the front side. And see if you can relax your whole front side, your chest, your belly. And release any protective mechanism to just really breathe in some softness and love. So you can relax on a deeper level, in a safe space. And so the last back bend for our practice today will be either a bridge or a wheel. So Setubandha Sarvangasana or Urdhva Dhanurasana. So I'm showing you your options. You can have your hands coming down. If you want to do a little preparation for it, we could do a little flowing bridge, so taking the arms up and the hips first. And then on the exhale, just taking the arms down and pelvis down. And then let's just do it one more time. Keeping the knees parallel. And then slowly down. And then so you could just lift your pelvis, roll the shoulders under, and then come into a bridge. You can also interlace your hands under the sacrum. You can hold your own hips up. And again, as we are in this opening of the front line, just really breathe that loving, nourishing energy, the softness, so we can feel safe to open. And then maybe some of you want to go into Urdhva Dhanurasana, then you would have to have your hands coming next to your ears. Get your elbows in, keep the pelvis lifted, and then slowly press yourself up. You can come with the hands a little closer. Feet are parallel, not opening, knees are not opening. Don't forget to breathe once you are in it. Relax your head, your neck, and then slowly, gently coming down. You can bend the knees more, come onto the toes, and come down in a soft way. And then you can have the hands coming onto your knees, hug the knees into the chest and have a little sway from side to side. And then taking our feet all the way up to the sky, and you can either have a happy baby with the knees bent or with the legs straight, you can choose. and try to gaze down towards your chest. So with that we also stretch more the back body, the one that is there for us, our inner support. So we can really land into ourselves. Last 3 breaths here. And then slowly release your feet. Let them come down onto the floor and have a little wipers here. One knee coming in, the other knee going out. And just take your knees into your chest and start to roll up and down a few times, massaging your back. And we will finish with a deep forward fold of whatever of your choice. Yeah, so it can be like a butterfly or Baddha Konasana. It can be like a caterpillar, right? A bit of a yin forward fold, right? To really just melt down and to kind of receive all that beautiful energy that we generated, that we opened ourselves up to really receive it and drink it in, to absorb it. So choose one forward fold that works for you. If your spine is sensitive, if you have any back issues, you can always just choose to come down until your spine is straight. So maybe extend the legs and you just come until here. Right, so let's just choose one and then have a little lift, a little lengthening. I'm going to go into the caterpillar, the yin version of Paschimottanasana, and slowly start to come down. You can choose to support your head if your neck is sensitive, or just letting yourself come and really melt into this surrender here. You can let your feet fall open. And whenever you found your shape, your pose where it feels good to be, you can just receive the breath. And with every exhale, just release into the pose, into gravity's embrace, and pull a little bit more. Feeling the whole back body getting a nice elongation, space. You don't need to hold onto anything. You can let your feet fall open, or you can even bend the knees if you need that. the last 5 breaths here. If your body wants and can, you can maybe slide a little deeper. Just always observe what can you release more. Is there any last controlling layer that you could release? Feeling the invitation of earth, this pull to just drop, to let go, to rest. And the last breath here, a long inhale. And a nice long full exhale. And then slowly, gently, you can start to roll yourself up. And then we're going to find our way to come all the way down onto our back. Give yourself again a little sway, a little massage. Maybe some of you feel that you really need a twist here. Then you can just drop both legs to the left for a moment. Reach up with your right arm above the head on the floor. And then slowly coming to the other side. Both knees to the right, and the left arm can reach a tiny bit higher above the head. And then coming back to the center, we can just shake the legs, shake the arms. Just give a little love to our fascia that loves to be shaken in order to be moved and go back to the right places. And then you can slowly drop down into a Shavasana. See if you need to cover yourself. Finding the right position for you to rest in. To surrender, to absorb, to receive, to savor the energies of your practice. With every exhale, melting a little bit more, releasing any control, release all the engaged muscles. Releasing thoughts. And just getting into the state of receiving. Feeling how the breath flows through your body, how it's bringing blessings, love, gentleness, life, and joy to all your cells. Joy, the vibration that supports our health so much, that supports our immune system so much. Imagine that with every inhale, The energy that you breathe in is just nourishing all your cells so they can lighten up, they can just smile and have their joyful dance within this big thing that you are. And then slowly start to bring your awareness back onto the breath, onto the earth underneath your body. And you can move a little bit, your fingers, your toes. You can stretch a little, you can move a little. And we will gently find a way to roll onto our side and have a little moment there. And then slowly find your way to come up to sitting. And again, just taking another moment to find your steadiness in a comfortable sitting position. And we will have our hands coming onto our heart. And just having a little moment here, a little soft moment, feeling the palms on your heart. Feeling the warmth and the safe feeling that comes from this gentle touch of your own hand on your heart. If you feel that this heart opening practice made you feel a little bit more too open, or you are not so used to this, right? Two things can happen with heart openers. Sometimes it just takes us into an ecstatic place where we feel like, oh, yeah. Other times we might just feel like, whoa, what is this? I'm not sure I want to open so much. right? So if you have this second sensation, then you can use a mudra that is a really nice, gentle swastik mudra, Garuda mudra, to protect our heart. So you cross your wrist first, and then you cross the thumbs and you place it as protection on the heart. Could be also if you feel like, oh, I just want to be in this nourished state, in this safe space, this is a nice one. Or otherwise you could be into, no, I'm really happy for this opening and I want to receive and I want to share, then you could stick with the lotus mudra. As we're going to close our practice with a little bit of chanting today. The mantra that we will use is the Aham Prema, which is I am the supreme love, I'm the supreme light, and because today we've been flowing also with the qualities of the heart that is connected to happiness, to joy, we could also just say I am joy, right? To connect back indeed to this warm light essence of ourself. So you choose the meaning for you of this Aham Prema, what it means that it's the supreme, it's the highest, the most vibrant, the most loving, the most bright quality. And that's what we are, and that's what we invoke, invite and awaken in ourselves and encourage in ourselves to be here, to fill us from within. So let's just have an Om first together. So a long inhale. And I'm going to chant the mantra first so you get it, and then you can join later on. And let's say we chant it a few times, like somewhere between 10 and 20 times, okay? Aham Prema, 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 Aham Prema. Last two. Aham Prema, Aham Prema. And slowly closing our hands into a prayer position and finishing with 3 times Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, which means we encourage peace, we invite peace, and we radiate peace into the world. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And then you can just have a little moment here, a few breaths to receive And just noticing what happened to you throughout this practice. Notice how did you feel at the very beginning, how did you feel throughout it. And then how do you feel now? And even though through Facebook Live we are not able to see each other, just like for example in Zoom, like we have our weekly, like a monthly online membership where each day we meet and we see each other and we can connect. Hopefully you can feel that you've not been alone practicing this morning with us. How many people do we have, Erno, now?
Now 16, we had 25.
Yeah, so we had at some moment, according to Erno, who's been checking sometimes the screen if everything is alright, because he's a caring guy. Maybe you can come here, Erno, for a second, so people see you. So at some moment we've been 25 practicing together, which is amazing, right? And for sure we connected in our heart and in our spirit, so celebrating this connection with you all. And yeah, hopefully we can lift ourselves and each other up like this with yoga, right? Yoga is such a powerful tool, chanting such a powerful tool, meditation such a powerful tool, but togetherness such a powerful tool, right? So thank you so much for joining today. Wishing you a wonderful Sunday. If you feel like joining us more on a regular basis, on a daily basis, just drop me a message. We have our daily classes available for a very small donation, kind of like €1 per day, like it's €30 per month. We're gonna go on with it for another month for sure, and maybe even beyond. And yes, it seems that it's a very, very powerful tool to keep us in a good vibe when so many things are swirling around, right? And this is a new thing that we're all learning, how to deal with these storms, right? It has not been happening to any of us in our life. So this is, be always super patient with yourself, so important. This is a new thing for all of us, a new unexpected situation where we learn to navigate. And if you drop one day, fine. Be patient, be loving towards yourself, not judgmental, because we learn how to navigate right now, all together, yeah, and we are here to support each other, but it's all new for all of us, yeah, how to find our tools to create balance in these intense times. And nature is very powerful, right? It will always teach us how to adapt, but sometimes it takes a bit of time and a lot of love and patience and compassion. So sending you lots of love, and yeah, hopefully we see each other soon in person or online. And yeah, thank you for joining and adding your energy to this morning practice. Hopefully you loved it, you enjoyed it, and yeah, looking forward to share more of this. Namaste.